Hey, it's the Tweet Boss Man here once again, and I had a question today about follower ratio, and I wanted to answer that question for you. And what is the best ratio? Now, some people will tell you the best ratio is to have the highest number of followers and the lowest number of following. I think that in itself is a farce, simply because what that tells me is that your followers aren't actively talking with you and interacting with you. Unless you're a movie star or unless you're a big hip-hop rap artist who's made millions of dollars already, you're going to struggle to get past the 2,000 followers mark. And if you're watching this video, you probably are already experienced that. And it's mainly because of ratio. And this is a percentage that's set up by Twitter. And what it happens is if you get to a certain number in following, you won't be able to follow anymore. Sometimes you'll get a message, they'll say, warning, you can't follow any more people, find out why. And then you click on it and, oh, okay, you're following too many people and enough people haven't followed you back. One of the things that can affect your ratio is how you present yourself on Twitter. The things that you tweet about have to be important to your audience. So, in my case, I'm a DJ Bankrupt, and I tweet about mixtapes and music and DJs and stuff like this. And the type of people that follow me are generally, we'll take a look, are generally people who are interested in music or they have something to do with music. So, for example, this guy, he is a booking guy. Sometimes it'll be people with mixtapes, and sometimes it's just regular people, and other times it's people who have music. And some people are internet marketers and stuff like that, but some people have internet marketers following them simply because they follow spammy accounts automatically. Other people are actually internet marketers, and if you look at my bio, I used to be an internet marketer, and I'm getting back kind of into that, and so then that's why you would see that type of information about me. So on my profile, I used to talk about the fact that I was an internet marketer, and so I have, a few thousand internet marketers following me. That said, I wrote a script called Mixtape Watch. What it does is it goes out onto Twitter and it finds people talking about mixtapes, and then it retweets it to my following, and then my followers are happy and they say thank you, and that is how the conversation starts. So here's an example of that. So it went out and found out this guy has a new mixtape, in which case I would follow him, and I posted the link to his mixtape. So what will happen is he'll go back to me and he'll say, hey, thanks for tweeting about my mixtape. So sometimes they'll just retweet the mixtape. Other times they'll say, hey, thank you for doing this. What you're looking at here is my Riot Starter mixtape promotion, and you can take a look at that. It looks like it's pretty successful today. And I ran that through Headliner FM, and that is one of the pieces of software that artists can use to dominate Twitter. And there's another example of this. So getting back to following ratio, I think that following ratio is important because it shows you who you can follow that might follow you back when you're using my software. So I'm going to use rap as a keyword, and I'm going to hit find followers. It runs me over to Google, and it drops me here to people who have been talking about rap music in the last hour or last 5 minutes or 29 minutes or whatever. So I'll click on their profile, and I'll see, okay, so I see his ratio of 78 to 42. Chances are he's going to follow me back, because it looks to me like he's looking for followers. The fact that his following number is higher than his followers indicates to me that that is the case. Now sometimes that could be wrong, but 99% of the time you're right. Occasionally you'll find that people have been suspended if they're doing stuff wrong with their account, and that was an example there. So this guy here is in a similar situation, 365 to 219. Now this also brings up my point. You get to a certain point, Twitter respects your ratio, and they have a percentage that you can follow, and based on that, dictate how many people can follow you back as well. So the only automation that Twitter actually really likes you to do is auto follow back. Aside from that, Twitter is against following on auto, which is why I created this software. And here's another guy here, Rap Genius. Okay, so he's not following me, but look, okay, he's got 4,000 followers and he's only following 407 people. What this tells me is this guy's got an ego that's really big and pointless. It tells me that he's paid for his followers, and it tells me his followers are going to mostly be junk, and we'll take a look. So how do we tell? Well, blank accounts like this, for example, are crap. See? Crap. Okay? Some of these are music related, so those accounts would be good. This is an example of a bot account, and it has an auto ratio, a ratio higher following than followers, so obviously this account will follow back automatically. So these accounts, what happens is people scam you on Twitter, and they'll say, I'll get you all kinds of followers, and they have to follow back. And this is a team follow back and other types of gimmicks, and what happens is they'll charge you all kinds of money to get you all kinds of followers. When you drop out of their service, you lose all of those followers. This is quite a bit better because it's an it's an organic way of searching for followers. So you can go back here, and this is coming right out of Twitter, and right out of the Google API, which is not affected by Twitter, and which Twitter doesn't have control over. And because you're doing non-automated following, you're not going to get into trouble or suspended on your account. Keep in mind that you need to have relevant information and relevant something to offer your following. That is the biggest thing. Is you're on Twitter to entertain and to be interesting, and maybe more interesting than this video. So that said, this guy has a pretty decent ratio. What this means here is, even though he's following less people than follow him, chances are he will still follow me back because he monitors his ratio. He really pays attention to the people that are following him to get valuable accounts to follow him. And we'll look at his followers and we'll see that there's other people on there who are more important, and as you can see, it looks like more real people than not real people.